You know.
I begin to. I begin to.
You can support the Robdons brand today by visiting our website reasonwithrobdon.com, shop merchandise, and check out the variety of items we have just for you and the family. Positivity, your support for quality.
Happy shopping!
All right, good evening and good afternoon. Welcome to the Pillow Talk. Yeah, that's our very special edition of Couples Corner. Yeah. This is where we continue to declare God is best for you and your partner. This evening, we're going to be talking interestingly about the topic, the importance of showing appreciation in marriage. Is it important? Does it even make sense? Why am I if you get up and say thank you to my woman? You don't know woman already. Why am I if you say that? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and invite, share, tell somebody, because we won't be long this evening. We're going to go right into the talk and discussion later on. But before that, I don't know where I have to play the regular top tune. Yeah. Watch now. Bless your sweet pea. Lady Nelly. Hello?
Grab your glass, a little wine, red, white, rose, sparkling, to cheers with the darling. Now get a pillow, light and padded. Clock into the couple's corner. Clock into the couple's corner. Everyone, yeah, it's time for pillow talk. Big pillow talk, pillow talk. Big pillow talk, pillow talk. It's pillow talk.
Yeah.
Grab your glass, a little wine, red, white, rose, sparkling, to cheers with the darling. Now get a pillow, light and padded. Clock into the couple's corner. Clock into the couple's corner. Everyone, yeah, it's time for pillow talk. Big pillow talk, pillow talk. Big pillow talk, pillow talk. It's pillow talk.
In a place to talk.
Grab your glass, a little wine. Cheers with the darling. Now get a pillow, light and padded. Clock into the couple's corner. Clock into the couple's corner. Everyone, yeah, it's time for pillow talk. Big pillow talk, pillow talk. Big pillow talk, pillow talk. It's pillow talk.
What about now?
Are you hearing us now?
Anybody here we know?
They should be hearing now.
Anybody hearing?
No volume?
What about now? Nobody not hear me?
Oh, yeah, they're hearing now.
Oh, all right. Good. So we just now do no music this evening. Anyway, we still have to quickly reason and talk. So I see a comment here by Sweet Pea. Maybe you need to teach these guys a 101 class on how to look at your up and coming wife. Nice. Yeah. You know, if them did clock in last week, them would have hear we or the week before. We are talking about listening attentively, where listening is not just putting your ears there and hearing, but even your body must communicate interest. All right, sounds good. All right, good. Everybody hearing us now. Loud.
Start again from the top.
Yeah. All right. Whoa. Lord. No. Wow. All right. Yeah, good. All right. Sound check. Ready to go. All right. So, yeah, man. Let's start again from the top. So, welcome again. This evening, we're going to be talking about the importance of showing appreciation in marriage. And me right now need to know if that's really important. And you guys can tell me in the comment section how appreciation make you feel. But right now, I wonder if me really need to tell my wife no thanks and I show no whole appreciation for what she's doing, what she's supposed to do. She does what wives does. Yeah, wife love, wife, wife make people comfortable. Yeah, wife cook and give me food for eat and make me feel like my belly full and all of them something there. Do I need to show her any fashion or appreciation? After all, I'm doing what I am supposed to do. I do. Yeah,
but this is going to boil down to gender roles in marriage. So if you're going to say I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and she's doing what she's supposed to do, it boils down to gender roles in marriage.
Oh, okay. We
going to get into that?
Yeah, but it's not gender role. If I do something, it is. But then
you said something. You said she's doing what she's supposed to do. That is definitely going into gender roles. All right. So it's not aligning a thing to a particular person. If I am the better cook, then fine. But what if you are the better cook?
Well, I'm not looking at it in that context. I am looking at it in the sense that we
have to make it clear because
I do my 100% and you do your 100%. Why do you need to be telling me thank you for doing what I am doing? Because I want this marriage to work too.
Have you been converted from that kind of perception?
Converted from that kind of perception. We need to know. So let's look inside the comment section. We say story time with Nelly. I say encouragement sweet labor. Yes, encouragement make you feel nice and make you feel like you want. Also, appreciation then is really about just make person feel good. It's not really necessary. It's just for a reminder of some level of importance. A pleasant good afternoon to you, Lady Dennis. Wisdom, of course. Of course, yeah. So that's what we are doing and talking about this evening, showing appreciation. Let me know when I think if we supposed to show appreciation. Come and don't even know why we need to do that. That's just what husband do. Husband, wife do what them supposed to do.
This coming like when we just started, when we just got married. And you would never say I love you. You remember? And you say you don't even tell me say you love me for me.
I'm supposed to know already. And me tell you one time at the altar, anytime me tap love you, me will tell you again. So that one day tell you, say me love you, and if there's any update, I'll give you the update later on.
Hi, Mr. Chambers. It's been a while. How is the family doing? And the little one must be big.
Kimberly, why you laughing, Kimberly? Sweet Pea, why you laughing? I went to the altar and tell this young lady, said, me love her already.
This man, no matter how me say I love you, that never say I love you back.
but me never need to.
And I'm gonna make me know say why him need to say it because I already know same love me.
So
this coming like appreciation.
But why do I need to update the record? I told you one thing already. If I think anything changed, I would have to let you know. Seeing that nothing changed, you must know.
But you know.
Yeah. Nelly said, but Jesus. And Lady Wholeness is saying appreciation is
the wheel that
makes the marriage go round. Oh, I see. All right.
Thank God for growth.
Thank God for growth. And what we love to hear, I love you, not only
through your actions, it satisfies my ears hearing those sounds.
So I just hear no one for ear. Yeah.
We don't just want to hear.
By the way, who tell us you have permission to contact my business? You didn't ask me if you could attack my business from people attack.
Suppose somebody is struggling with it. It shows that there is hope.
But I think one of the things I will admit where that is concerned is that personally, even when me married after the first 2-3 years, me still nervous. I wonder if the relationship still a go work. Like me always hear some people where I celebrate 20 and 25 years.
You just said that.
Yeah, me I wonder. It's not anything on
so what, are you still wondering?
No, me think me learn the ropes, and I'm doing better at what I am supposed to do. It didn't have anything to do with you. It's just I think it's a young people thing. Well, it's a Nicholas Roberts thing. We come into marriage and me I wonder, boy, we make it to 2 years, I wonder if we're gonna make it to 3. I wonder if we're gonna make it to 4, and and I think too, culturally people can have what I call, that sense of, you're trying to protect that vulnerability, wearing that tough mask, like, I am all this and I'm all that, but deep down in my heart, and it's just something I'm protecting. I think sometimes as men, we try to protect something called ego. I think maybe something like that I was probably protecting. I know I always love you, but I'm afraid, I'm just afraid one day to still say over. Guys, it's serious. Today I was having a discussion with my wife around the possibilities.
Hi, Miss P.
Hey, who's Miss P? I'm Miss P.
Miss P is from Denise's school. From Denise.
Hello, Miss P. Great to help Daniel and Mr. R. Much needed live. Thank you. Big ups to you. Shame on you.
I love you.
It's true. You guys can do all you want to say about me. You can.
He has grown.
You can chastise me all in the one. It's all right. Thank God I'm not the boy I used to be. Thank God I'm no longer the husband I used to be. But it's true. I think that even today I was thinking about it seriously. Like, if I should allow my wife out of the house to go, well, tell me if I'm paranoid. Just allow her to go for just one day. I was seriously. I know I'm bad. It's true. I was really thinking about Daniel and I have not been, when I say separated, make sure I put in context. We have not been separated. It means that we not distance. We have not been outside of each other's presence. For, maybe for the only time I'm going to work, that's perhaps it. I'm still probably call her or only part time I check up on her. That's fun away. That's so fun.
Like, yeah, keep tabs.
Like me, I keep tabs. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, if my wife should say to me, no, I want to go, let me go on vacation, go look for some of my friends, in maybe America. That's some people here from America and Canada. We feel like we're not bad,
Well, they're so bad.
Yeah. So now, when I never used to do it, now I'm doing it a lot. Honey, trust me. If you should leave now, I'm going to be deeply affected.
It will make me feel appreciated more.
and so I would not want to even think about you being somewhere else. Me don't know how people do it. Listen, I hear people say them stressed because them they're at the same place during the pandemic. Well, me and my wife always the one. We go out together. Literally. I mean, there's no way to put it. My wife is just
but
it's just my
though,
best friend.
Because we started out long distance.
Yeah.
We courted long distance.
Mm-hmm.
When we got married,
maybe that's why I never want to tell them I love you, because you did always the distance. You're afraid to go back distance.
But I did justification. You already redeemed yourself, so don't go back there.
Oh, okay.
We're just helping somebody who might be going through the same situation. You know that there is hope.
Okay, thank you, Miss P, for letting me off. Now you people are laugh for me. Laugh. You can go and laugh, but it's serious. It's my truth. I was really nervous about telling. No, I don't know if there's any other man who can identify, but I think some of us men are really nervous about telling a girl that we love them. Yeah, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Feel like, Nelly said, feel like.
No way. What is she saying about feel like? Anyways, all right, guys.
But on the topic of appreciation, though, it is very important. And sometimes, let me say, women, as women, we have to be very careful, because if, say, would love to see the men doing something, and they end up doing it, but they don't do it like how we would do it. We have to be very careful, not to hit hard, to criticize, rather than saying, I appreciate the thought of making the effort to come about and doing this and, that kind of thing. So appreciation is very, because, let me tell you something. The other day I was home and I get some curry chicken. Right? And the excitement that I created, another day we get some other curry chicken, because he's a curry chicken specialist. And then a Sunday morning,
tell them. Look here, take time now, because mine, you look like I only curry chicken we can cook.
I have specialization. And then another day, it was a Sunday morning. I was getting kids ready for church and stuff, and he came with crackers.
Stop it! Don't do that.
No, first I was doing a recording and he came with crackers and jam and tea. Now, I'm not a tea person, but I appreciated it so much. Think about carrying it, come give me. So I had the tea and the crackers, right? A Sunday morning, I was
nicest crackers ever.
The nicest crackers.
Trust me.
A Sunday morning now income, right? I'm coming, Denise is here and getting them together for church.
Yeah.
I had a hospital appointment once, so I decided to stay over at my mom's.
Yeah, I might call down the whole place. I was lonely. Yeah. me can't see myself and do that. If Daniel ever go away for one day, look here, Daniel went out with some people in our new church, and I was home with the kids. And we were stressed out. No, I never go. You went, oh, yeah. And we were stressed out. We go to the park.
Oh. I stressed it. It's stress.
Yeah. Me and the kids them go park, go run it out.
When we come home, I wonder which part ended the house empty. But seriously, so he came the Sunday morning and him carry crackers and crackers and jam again with the tea. Mm-hmm. No, I was like, but boy. God knows I appreciate it, but you don't want to crackers and jam. And he said, so you want something else? And I say yes. And listen, he went into the kitchen and do one look at what we call the crackers and jam again. I remember when he called it some funny name. But he went and he looked about sardine, and I said, the man, come up, you see, man. And he said, we are him go on about the sardine and the excitement and all these things. Me have to eat off everything. Then when he said the best sardine you ever eat with bread.
That's not true. not true. Because we don't a country, but we have
to prepare. The country we are preparing it.
Yeah. No.
But the point is, I appreciated it, and I think you encouraged him to go in the kitchen.
You need to tell him how it was nice.
Must stay with me, I'm gonna come off of me.
Guys. Hey, you ever see that? Hey, listen, man. My wife, mad for liquor 10 to and her finger sheet with. Me say, yo, sardine, me say all the house. Yeah.
Denise was like, Mom, I've never had sardine before. Can I taste it?
and my wife prepares sardines, well, because Robdons put a little twist on the thing and touch. Or don't even listen for the recipe. Hey guys, only just do me so with it. I feel, listen, we come to talk about appreciation. And my wife, I do me really bad.
But it might seem insignificant, but making it really, you never had to go in and do it. You understand? So, I mean, instead of criticizing and say, boy, but, if I'm me go make breakfast, me go try go all out and all that. But instead of making, criticism.
It was the time I had. We were about half hour before pickup. So, you have to do something skillful within the time and still be out on time.
But then a 5 piece of crackers, a 5 counted crackers with the Gemini.
No, because that one is a special in your hollow.
Yes, I
say. That one is not ordinary. So please do not call my crackers and jam because it was my breakfast of hollow. That's my special dish called hollow.
Get hot.
I gave her a dose of my hollow. Next time, please don't talk my ingredients. Just talk about my hollow.
You never have my name.
But yeah, but it's true, guys, and I'm just letting you see. See, things like these, build the sense of bond, closeness, appreciation, that sense of just loving each other, because you can laugh over some very simple things. My wife does some things, really strange, So if although me already take on the duty of taking out the garbage, for example, when she wake up in the morning and she said actually gone, like she never knows it about gone anyways. She's, thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
and I must admit that
I miss you start to take more often.
Yeah, because you want the extra thank you there. You get a special kind of smile and a special show of love and appreciation. And it does encourage. I heard somebody said earlier that encouragement sweetens labor. And it's true. Personally, for me, I feel, like, hey, man, I'm not just a husband in the house. I'm not just someone who is here. And, I get that someone wants me to be here. Someone is affected by my presence. Look when I smile on the face. Someone is.
Yes, Miss P. The good stuff. Oh, good.
Someone is affected by my presence, and it's true.
You need to do a YouTube video with that special, the Olo.
The Olo, yeah, we're gonna do an Olo, yeah. We're not gonna sell out it. We're not gonna sell out.
Signature,
Robdons dish, But yeah, man, and that's why, and look at that. My wife is saying I prepare crackers and jam for her, and she's affected by it. And then sometimes we make it look like appreciation means taking someone on a cruise trip or taking somebody to a 5-star hotel or taking somebody to another country. Sometimes it's really the little things that are actually counting and are important.
The acts of kindness.
And I want to make this quotation by Les Parrott. Gratitude can transform common days into Thanksgivings, turn routine jobs into joy. Notice that? So if you find the spouse complain every minute about me have to wash, me I must say slave. Maybe if you start to express gratitude and appreciation, those regular routine jobs will become joy to do them because they see it as a means of serving you, so to speak. And of course, gratitude will also change ordinary opportunities into blessings. Now, it's just breakfast, just breakfast with jam and crackers. And my wife depend international screen.
Sure.
I mean, big thing out of the thing. You know, and it just shows you.
You feel good, don't you?
My girl, my head swell.
And boss.
My head as swell from east to west, right now, from north to south. You know, very important that we actually do this.
Yeah.
So it's important. And I remember my father-in-law shared a story with us about this couple. They were engaged, proposed.
Yeah.
And the gentleman, lived in Westmoreland, which is one side of the country, and his fiance was now studying at the University of West Indies, which is now in Kingston, St. Andrew. Four from where he was. But then I think, he wanted to show, yeah, man, gratitude is a must buy coffee. All right. Now, he wanted to show his appreciation to his spouse.
He thought about her.
Yeah, and said, when he walked out into the yard, him see some big mango and he say, yo, nice. Them mango you would have best be given to, let's say her. It's Daniel, would be best given to Daniel. And so he went packaged the mango in a box. And them time that them never have FedEx and DHL will bring things the next day or the same day. It was a regular postal system. So he took it to the post office with the view that it would actually reach Kingston on time. Yeah. Anyways, something happened and it never reached till the other week. Yeah. When the girl get it and open it, everything
it's spoiled. It's push out and spoiled.
And that don't smell good. and thing. But interestingly, rather than arguing and say, why spoil mango, it now go come and all this kind of stuff. She basically, I guess they never had phone then, so she wrote a letter expressing her gratitude, the fact that he thought about it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to the point of appreciation and say, sometimes it's really about the thought. Yeah. It is not so much the value of the gift that one is giving, or it's not the value of what you're giving, but it's really the thought that is actually counts. Times and times I hear my wife talk about my crackers and jam when I mean nothing. But the fact that I could consider that she was, busy at the particular time, she would normally want to go do her breakfast anyways. This time she running behind time. And I decided that me going to make me holo. And she enjoyed me holo and then talk about, jam for breakfast. Hear me? You want something else? Just name it. I'll prepare your favorite for you. Yeah, I don't know. Go find something. Just go down at the kitchen because the glad session don't name nothing because we never want nothing we ever take long. We just go down and pull out what me's there. And prepare and bring to her. And of course, it meant something to her. And so that's what we're saying to persons, that it's very important that one exercise and share some level of appreciation. Personally, from my own life, I think life became more fulfilled for me. I stopped feeling like, sometimes you can feel like a partner under others, like left, right. Go do this, go do that, go do this, do that.
Because sometimes if women are under pressure, you might hear them come out and say, you can't do this, you can't help with that, because them stress.
Yeah.
You understand? But I mean, just being present, just trying to put in the effort and recognizing the effort, it makes a big deal.
Right. So the appreciation create a better environment and turn my trials into joy. So I want to say to the men who are listening, I think sometimes we need to set the tone of the environment. Remember that if the environment is mixed with people going back and forth, it's going to be uncomfortable for both of you, and both of your blood pressure will be affected. Yeah, if any form of illness you'll get, a boat on or get it, and if the food burn up, and the boat on the food burn up. So you have to find a way to change the atmosphere. And one thing I say to people, we can change the atmosphere with a simple thank you. And don't just make the thank you be like, you know, some people will just make a routine with no meaning. Like, we give you some water, thank you, because it has become a habit. It's more than that. I know we must make it habitual, but it must come across with meaning. It's just like how we say, I can listen to you, I can look at you, but I don't have any interest in actually what you're doing. So the gratitude must come across with a sense of, you know, it has meaning to it. Like, I'm putting out my best. So allow me, give me crackers and jam. Given the circumstance, given the time that we had, crackers and jam means something because we have some cook to do and we have to actually do something now on it. So you know, it should not be, and of course we must remember random acts of kindness. It you know, this is important when it comes onto relationship.
You know, there's another story I remember. This is a story about this woman who was like, she was cooking. Was it toast? It was like a breakfast. And when I don't remember if it was breakfast or dinner. Sound, it gone again?
Nobody hearing us?
The sound gone again?
Oh, no, it's earth.
Oh.
Don't make it sound.
Oh, sound mechanical.
Yeah, don't make the thank you sound like mechanical, man.
Yeah.
You know, thank you. Lack meaning. You know, there's no heart or thought into it. Right.
Oh yeah. So it's like the woman was preparing the meal and she was doing a lot of stuff, so the food got burned.
Yeah.
And the son, the son, you know, was at the table and, you know, he was there with the dad. You know, she shared the burn up food, basically give them. And he was like, Dad, the food burn out, basically. And he was like, the dad was like, son, your mom was home all day. She did the laundry and she cleaned the house and she tried to prepare the meal and everything. And she just was overwhelmed and the food got burnt. And he sat down there and he ate the food. And for me, that was a big thing because not only was he doing something for himself to prove it to her that he appreciates her, but his son was also learning the lessons of appreciation in the midst. So, you know, he'll go now doing the same thing, you know, appreciating women and doing, him eat it and him enjoy it too. Yeah. So it was burnt, but he gave his all. And come like when my father, when I was cooking dumpling for the first time. So my sister every time my sister is cooking dumpling, she put sugar in it.
Yes.
So, well, listen, but a little bit of pitney, you know. So I was now cooking dumpling, boiled dumpling, and girl fix up our nice dough, but I put sugar in it. And guys, when I make the food, Jesus, nobody not eat it. And my father alone, Jesus, God bless my father. My father alone was the one who said, "Come, Daniel." And him sit down with me, and my father me create this excitement, and him say, "Man, are the sweetest dumpling him ever eat." And we sat down and we eat, and all me eat the dumpling, and me don't want the dumpling. I dumpling taste bad. But the way how that it made it feel, you know, so it's the same thing. The guy came home, you know, probably him go work and him had a hard day at work, but he appreciated the fact that he got the food, and that it did the same thing. And so it encouraged me to cook more and to try more, you know, so we can experiment in the kitchen and so, you know. But you know, appreciation. So
we can turn complaints then into joyous moment. And if I could add to it, I think I heard a version of that story close where the man said it was a burnt rice, it was chocolate rice.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes, guys, we have to, you know, we have to try and pull a positive out of a negative situation. Persons can become overwhelmed. People can feel frustrated. But Thanksgiving has, or appreciation rather, has the ability to change the setting, change the atmosphere. So see, moving from burnt rice to chocolate rice.
Yeah, and we have to be careful with the reaction too, because it will discourage persons from continuing to do it, and you don't want that, because then that will create another problem in the relationship.
Right. So all in all, people, all of us then like being appreciated. I think we can all agree on that. Is there anybody who don't like being appreciated? Even if it's a certificate, you used to go to school and then get like a cheap certificate for them go to print, and just because they put on it that they appreciate your effort, it make you feel like a big thing, and somebody go put little cups of paper on your wall as if it's something, and it has this great meaning.
Something.
Yeah, because we put meaning to things. You see, so something simple, something that person are using every day, we can actually put meaning to it. All right. All right. So everybody, what's going on there?
Oh, so water?
We're so done. So everybody like to be loved, complimented, all right, and more specifically by the person that we love. So appreciation then is most important aspect of marital satisfaction. I know you will hear in other places that it is good sought out, but there are people who are giving good sought out who feel unappreciated and then feel like object, and them feel like them is a piece of tool and they have no value. So the most important form of satisfaction in any marriage must be that show of gratitude and appreciation.
Right, because and you see this, we talk about intimacy a lot, but a lot of people forget that it's not just the physical intimacy, the whole sexual kind of thing. But but I mean, why believe me, I didn't know say me another talker. But this helps to build, the connection, the bond you have, because the more you feel appreciated, the more you feel valued, the more you want to do, the more you want to explore, the more you want to build, the more you want to do things together. And so, these things, go over into the physical part. And so we need to take time. Encouragement, sweeten labor, for true. But yes, it alleviates insecurities in the relationship. And so, just recognizing the efforts, your acknowledgement. It might be the simplest of things. It could have been the shoes. Listen, my husband, first time, sometimes people take off them shoes and them don't put it where you fix it, figure. Like, but the effort is made to put it there at one point, recognize it and say, boy, I love how you put the shoes there. Just the little nothings make it a big deal to say, okay, I see you, I appreciate it. Because it encourages the person to keep doing it, and it causes the person to realize that, hear what I am seeing. It is noticed. It is not seen as insignificant. It's not overlooked, and so it encourages them to want to do more. So other things that they maybe not, be willing to do, they'll be so encouraged to continue doing what they were doing or what they started to do, and to doing more, and so everybody become happy in the relationship. Right? But why at the weak time? But
done for holding the fort.
Sure. Yes, the little nothing.
The little nothing. All right, people. So right. So just to follow up on some of what I was saying before. All right. So although appreciation may be said, or it may be said that appreciation can only stem from healthy marriage, we need to understand that we actually have to cultivate healthy marriage, and we do it using appreciation. All right, it is necessary because it does contribute to the healthiness of the relationship.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to point out is that a couple that appreciate each other on a daily basis for all the little or big things eventually develops a culture of gratitude within their marriage. So you might start off and it sounds funny, like first time me and my wife would tell me, because my wife come from a total different upscale kind of different lifestyle.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, she come from the city near the sea, and they come from where me see pure yam field around me. So a pure bush me see around me.
Don't
so
say that.
maybe me used to behave like the bush. She come from where she see all polite. So she used to say thanks for everything. for me, for a while, sometimes here she has to tell me, I said, what she tell me thanks, sir. That's what I'm supposed to do. Right?
That's true, you know. You know, the the thanks and make the food come here.
Why is she doing this to me,
No,
Lord?
listen,
God.
You know, honestly, I think these things help persons to realize that, here what, we all have our own journeys to take. And there might be somebody who might have similar situations that they might deal with, you know.
So you come out and confess this.
Me not confess, but I mean...
I'm not coming back out here.
Oh, them say, yeah, show emotions tonight.
Wow. That made me think I turn up early. I'll go on good. Yeah. So yeah, it's so you know, we have to create that culture. And so it might feel uncomfortable, but keep on doing it until it become a habit. All right. Now, appreciation is extremely important for a couple to stay happy and contented, and more importantly, for the man to thrive. So if you're finding it hard to communicate and hard to do this, you know what I realize is that my wife can be very miserable, but because me is, you know, me feel so appreciated already, me can facilitate her miserableness. Yeah, every other little minute she push up her mouth for something, but when you feel appreciated and needed and valued and have that sense of worth, you know what I mean?
And you know,
you can facilitate the little miserableness. So in my mind, the miserableness is soon done.
and to be honest, listen, like confession time. Me I talk about him, me talk about mine. Like there's sometimes I love organization, right? And if someone are in place, like me get cross, angry, miserable, and like he would just come by and start be nice, you know, show up himself and, you know, be close and that kind of thing. And, you know, I might be mad in my madness. It might not come across, you know, like, you know, I appreciate it, but I really appreciate it. I remember sending you a text message the other day to say, you know, I appreciate it. You know, the little gestures and stuff, although sometimes I'm miserable and thing. But, you know, I'm sure when you saw that at work, you'd have feel good. And so sometimes it might not be even saying it to the person's face.
We are swell up made at work for. Yeah, me need to talk.
It might not even be saying it to the person's face, but, you know, sending a text message or writing a little note and putting it into the lunch bag or something. So when they're doing something, they'll pounce up on it. It does so much, you know. Yeah,
but yeah, make notification come in on my phone and boop when me go see me and click and me want to see more and all them something there. Spoil get me in trouble.
All right,
come send me all them.
No, we forgive you. Emergency.
I'm not supposed to use my phone at work and you keep on interrupting me with those good things. So you see, persons, you can interrupt somebody there with something good. A lot of times people interrupt person there with something bad. It's like, you know, say something, a wagon, Lord, a wagon. But you know, those moments, and for me, you know, me go on like tough man, you know, me never even respond. I look for it, I left it till later. Left it till later because me I coin the words together as to what me I gonna say. But it creates a healthy competition and that sense of value. Every now and then, the very same thing for me. I'll, you know, me just feel like me need to express myself. And, you know, me have some, yeah, me have to express myself. So every man supposed to know how to build words and create words. And if you know how to express yourself, every now and then you have to come up with a sort of full of word. that is showing your level of appreciation. All right. So very important, guys. And these things create healthy memories. All right. So it is common for there to be seasons in a relationship where partners fail to communicate. So if you're on here this evening and you ask about why me and my wife can't find time to talk, or you know, something, sometimes the least little thing you guys are at the edge for, we want to let you know that that is quite normal, but you can fix those by acts of appreciation and gratitude. Like, listen, my wife used to be very edgy. As I said something, she sometimes she still do it, you know, but nowadays, as I said, I learned to facilitate the miserableness to get what I want. Oh, that sounds.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like all that song either.
But the kind of marriage you expect, which is really what it is, the product that you're looking for in a marriage, you have to learn, to cultivate that, and you cultivate that through acts of appreciation. I think sometimes for me, acts of appreciation is genuine in that I Daniel will be very miserable in a particular season. And I'll use that to reflect and try to put myself within, her shoe for the day. And like, oh God, you know that she did positive vibration for how much hours? And then she had to go back for the children. And she had to bring them to school this morning. And then, is that me give her a pass? Like she deserve to be miserable. I fear a moment.
I'm a come back and cook.
Exactly. And so for me, like, yeah, she deserves for miserable. So I see that as a time for attention rather than a time for pushing her away and creating distance and that kind of thing. Me see it like, me just need to remind her, say, we don't want her if you left her going. So me I'll go up and find her. I say, honey, no matter what, I still love you. Because in my mind, and that's how I feel. And I think that appreciation brings us to that place where you can put yourself in the shoe of the other person and of course express yourself to the person. So I do that at times, and it works wonders for me. So you can try and make me know. All right. Some other times when people find hard to communicate, people become burdened under work stress, as I mentioned before. Sometimes life just get busy. And for me, especially in school season, trying to meet all these level of deadlines. And sometimes we also get occupied by the number of tasks that we have to do. And we'll go for days and months without saying any form of thank you or, I appreciate you and I care about what you're doing and care about what you feel. I think we have to slow down. So we need to be intentional about it. We need to slow down, stop in our busy schedule, be intentional about it, create that sense of habit and purpose that, hey, I'm going to stop maybe at 12 o'clock today and I'm going to show that sense of appreciation. And when I just get to the door, I just want to say, I appreciate you and that kind of stuff. And there are a lot of ways that we can actually do that. So, I mean, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm just saying what works for us as a couple, all right? I want to say that appreciation, these three things, I want you to write them down. So appreciation must be felt, 2, expressed, and 3, reciprocated. And let's talk about the feeling part of appreciation. So when our spouse, my wife here, does certain things or do certain things for me, it is important for me to acknowledge it and acknowledge the effort. I know I started out the program by saying, but then your purpose, you're supposed to do it, that I understand. They are not under instruction. They are not in a communist organization. And even in communist country, they have the right to say no, right? So we need to move away from just seeing people as, are cultivating what I call task-driven relationship, and then move to what we call appreciation-driven relationships. So write that down again, Story Nelly. Yeah. So we need to move away from task-driven. Feel like me sound people, me sound nice. Feel like me sound nice. I'm sound funny. So we need to move away from task-driven to appreciation-driven relationship. All right. So that's very, very, very important that we do that. Now you must cognitively know that your spouse is adding value to your life. Now there's a phrase in psychology called metacognition, which is thinking about thinking, and that is what people call mad people. You must think about your spouse so much that you think about everything what them do is valuable. It's adding value to my life. Like me, I think if my wife never cook them nice ribs there, I like this evening, I want me to eat. But I have to go eat some McDonald's down the road and the food not as nice. And sometimes them food are raw and smell bad. But thanks be to God, me have a great wife who, me I tell you, when me done preach at the time, me have a proper Jesus. Hey, me have a stellar dish. So it's very important that we look forward to that, guys. Important. If you fail to do this or show appreciation, right? It means, you are taking them for granted, and sooner or later it will not be a secret. They are going to know. You know what? I have come to realize that you can be ungrateful for so long and no more. You might think you're winning at it, but sooner or later they are going to feel that they are not being appreciated, and they must start complaining. And let me tell you something: when women start complaining, and at that time they come to the conclusion. They come to the conclusion 2 years ago. It reached a point where they can't take it no more. And so they decide to voice them views. And sometime when they voice them views, the whole sailor come off and then I start project. And sometimes they say more than they need to say. And so it's very important then that we share this sense of appreciation. Now, small gestures such as preparing your favorite dish for dinner, or doing your share of the chores, or maybe even something big as planning a trip for your birthday or whatever them do, like my wife, she do something. You need to be able to recognize these as loving gestures. They are not must. And our responsibility if you buy a card or put your name, put your picture on a card. and go write love note out on social media and say this is my special one. It's not a must. It's not something that they must do. It is thinking of you that leads them. So you need to let them know that I am also thinking of you, that the thing that you did for me, I value it so much that I am going to I'm going to enjoy it. All right. So although your spouse may not be seeking praises, and sometimes this is where some of women go wrong with things that the woman them look praise. I praise you want to wash the little clothes. It's praise you want to do the little housework. It's praises you want to do all of these things. That's where we can get at times. It's not that they are seeking praises. They simply want to be appreciated for their efforts. And sometimes when you appreciate your spouse, it's saying to them that I see you're doing something good. I believe what you're doing is good for me. I am grateful that you're doing it. And thank you for thinking about me so much that you actually did it. So it's very, very important that we do. All right. This also will increase the love, the bond, the feelings in a relationship. Them want to be all who did want to turn father again. All who want to turn father again, try some acts of appreciation. I will leave it right there. Let's move to the second part. So it must, one, be felt. Number two, must be expressed. So you shouldn't just have it in your heart. Lord, that's one of the problems with us men at times. We can feel like, me feel me appreciate you, man, and me appreciate what you're doing. But we're not voicing it. We're not showing it. Your spouse is not a psychic. They don't get to read your thoughts. They don't. They'll try. And sometimes they're going to be wrong. So listen, don't let them have to read, voice it, speak it, show it, do it. So if you recognize your partner's effort, it is equally important for you to express your appreciation towards them. You must find meaningful ways to communicate gratitude that ensure that your spouse hears it. What that means is that someone can be showing appreciation, but nobody now hear it. Now remember when I talk and it's something did mute, or it's something never work, but me this still talk not true, but you never hear me. Same thing in a relationship. It's possible that I'm trying to show gratitude, but it's not coming across as gratitude. So you need to make sure what you do loud and obvious.
It's not misunderstood.
It's not misunderstood. Walk over, my girl, my girl. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hurry up. So compliments can go a long way. and of course they're easy and they take no time at all. So nobody must tell me say you don't know what to do. All right. So you can say something simple as dinner was great, or if the woman go wash the car, thanks for washing the car. This, of course, can be extremely powerful. It can be kind. It is definitely positive, and it can really help to enhance your relationship and push away the little kinds of marital issues. So try being more grateful, and your house will become a more happier place. You know what I mean? And when I share with couples who are struggling with this, it's always this come back down to how grateful are you? Are you a grateful person? You know that it's hard to dislike people were grateful. Like some people were always come, you know, them always a big something. You have some kind of people who always a beg something, but every time them beg them say thanks. And even before it them say thanks. And them sure that say you can't vex them. It's as if them just find your weak spot.
When you have is like you go their way.
Yeah. Let me just give them because it just feels so good to be grateful. So that's very, very, very important in a relationship. The last point I'm going to make this evening, all right, is reciprocate. So we say it must be felt, it must be expressed, and lastly, it must be reciprocated. So somehow we get people that say thanks and then now do it back. All right, it's going to be a problem. So in addition to your partner feeling and expressing their gratitude, of course, the key to successful marriage, thriving marriage, involves reciprocation from both partners. So returning your spouse's favors may make them feel as blessed as you felt when they express appreciation for the things you have done. When both partners begin to appreciate each other for all that they do, they often start a cycle of continuous appreciation, a culture of gratitude towards each other. Each of them will try harder to do what? To serve each other due to the positive momentum created for each spouse. And remember, my wife glad for the crackers and jam. And because she glad for the crackers and jam and nice me up, me go make sardine and bread. So as she kept on doing it, then now she put me on a stint to cooking, go cook one time, and because she not stop thank you and lick off all the bone them with her toe and her hand and all them something there. Yeah, me end up a cook for a good time, just a go on so. All right. So that's what we're saying about appreciation. So it builds a positive momentum. Created for each spouse to feel appreciated while also challenging you to show appreciation towards each other. Very, very, very important that we do this particular thing. All right. I want to also make this very big point that appreciation can be the antidote for divorce. Did anybody hear me? Appreciation can be the antidote for divorce. Only ever feel like divorce, mate? I think so. Silence is consent, right? Silence is consent. But I'm sure that as you build a culture of appreciation, it becomes the antidote. Most people want to get out of their marriage, most time because they feel underappreciated. Then what if you do more appreciation? Then we want to stay married. Till all my wife start telling me about she want to renew vow for the 10 years. She want married again. When you share appreciation, when you share appreciation, you become marriageable again. All right? Think about that. All right? So in closing, so marriages tend to end up in divorce when there's a lack of appreciation, when there's more complaining, and when you are taking each other for granted. Okay? So if your marriage does not have gratitude, it is important that you find it before it is too late, because such a marriage is on the brink of separation. All right? If you already have a good, healthy marriage, listen, it can only get healthier. It's like eating vegetable and eating a balanced diet. Right, and exercising, it makes you healthier. So making appreciation towards your spouse as a part of your daily routine can make a good relationship great. So today, if you have a good relationship, you can make it greater through appreciation. When we say,
to find the program, how come?
How comes? Oh no. Oh no, you're just early for us to say goodbye. So, ladies and gentlemen, to all those who have heard us this evening, give us your closing views as we get ready to wrap up. Hold on, man. We have an activity to do this evening. So those of you who are married, and those who are not married, and find somebody who can appreciate, look for the brother, or the sister, or the uncle, the cousin, somebody who have done something good for you. Let's cultivate a culture of appreciation. So everybody needs to go up on them phone and find somebody to send a thank you. Appreciate somebody for something that they have done for you. Awesome. So make sure someone did tell somebody, so I appreciate them. Well, I want to tell my wife, I appreciate you, ma'am, my wife, my dear darling, my honey, my sugar, me everything, girl. No matter the truth, me don't know how I'm gonna survive one day. You know, this is a real modern time, yeah, without you. No, I tell you, I'm gonna take your miserableness over and every day, over everything. Trust me. But you know, I really want to say only that you have, you know, I mean, I've seen time and time again where you have crushed your own dream to make sure my dream can actually come to pass. I think that's one of the highlights. You have done a lot of things, but you know, I've looked at how many times you have surrendered your own goal, your own dream, you know, just to pursue, just to support me in what I'm doing. And sometimes my ideas don't really make no sense, be sure. And I don't have enough information. I've not done the research, but you've never said don't do. You're ready to research. You come alongside and you provide that support. I think I've become a better person. I'm really launching into who I am because of you have helped build my confidence. You know, and of course, help me to feel like I'm on top of the world, even when I'm under the waters. You know, so many different things. You've said I do to me. You know, like a countryman from all the way down at Trelawney. I came from a broken family. I never know about how a relationship would work. What you stood in that classroom with me as a patient classroom student, classmate. We've learned marriage together. We've learned parenting together. And I'm very appreciative of that. But what about my wonderful children? You have blessed me with some wonderful gifts called children. Yeah, so really appreciate that. And thank you. Thank you for sticking by me, with me on the day. There's never a day I get up not knowing that you have my back and that you're actually standing and supporting. So I really appreciate that. You don't always agree with me. You're not afraid of letting me know that you don't agree. There's another way that I can think about. There are other ways that I can go about it. And I love that because that helps me to stay true to the purpose, true to the call that God has on my life. It also helps me to be balanced. So I'm a better person, all in all, with you. So thank you. Hey! Oh Lord, God, guys, I had to let that one off. I had to let that one off. I had to be absolutely honest. And of course, you know, yeah. So here's what we say as we get ready to wrap up. We want to thank you so much for coming through and and dialoguing and conversing with us. Really hope that you guys learned something from what we had to say. I'm sure that it was nothing new, but I hope you're reminded. I hope we're able to show you how this actually works for us. And yeah, that's how we tolerate each other through appreciation, just, knowing that we need each other. Yeah, I'm first to admit that I feel useless and helpless without my wife, so yeah, don't try to come between us. But the 1+1 thing actually turn one now, that if you separate them, they're gonna be half. So I quote. So really, really thank you guys for coming across
what
this
is going
evening
on in the chat?
and sharing. Big shout out to Miss P for coming. Thank you for being here. We're on every week, same time, and we do this conversation.
Lady Dan, what's she doing the last week?
Lady
Book
Dan.
is going to be released in October, so it's not because we forget you, all right?
Right. All right. Great. Love you too, lady. Lady Martin. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for coming that's so just yeah. Yeah, right now, I just feel like because I confess one only for something a while ago, I just feel so free. I feel like I just lose some of the weight when we didn't actually have, so I feel good. Oh, they might chat me like Trinidad, them always do that though. Yeah, I know. My wife started up because she come out there and talk all of my business. Even she never consulted me, but I appreciate it.
No, but it speaks to growth, and I think the honesty really helps, because we have grown, and you ask the question if I've ever felt like I wanted a divorce, and both of us can attest to the fact that there were days when we felt like we couldn't do this together. But we have
that girl is too miserable.
We have
oh Jesus! I need deliverance. Well, Lord, don't deliver me anymore. Gotta change my mind. I don't need no deliverance. guys, that's it's growth. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and I hope that even for persons who are married, they're hearing us saying it's nothing to be ashamed of. We take different journey and we take it at different time. The important thing is to keep on making progress. A lot of things we now do, like what we talk about this evening, when we were told to do things like these, why do you feel uncomfortable, never feel real, it feel like a fake, like, when we have to do all of this something for it felt like an uphill battle. But as we did it, we have been positively impacted, and this is a product of doing these good things. So, hey guys, you can actually keep doing this. All right, so we join again next week, same time. It's going to be 4 p.m. Jamaica time, 5 p.m. EST, and of course we're letting off our early this week. So
we're preparing for VBS send off.
Right. So we'll and it's 10 p.m. UK time. All right. Join us again where we'll talk about another conversation. For those persons who are on YouTube, make sure to follow our Couples Corner group. Nelly always have some devotion now that she's going to follow through with for the week. Things that you can have as a conversation and discuss with your spouse, and of course pray about. All right.
It's VBS celebration.
Yeah. Great. So the Lord bless everybody. And my wife get a chance to pray tonight.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Lord, we thank you for tonight, the discussion and the transparency. We pray, God, that even as we came and spoke about appreciation, recognizing, the things, even the little nothings, that God, those persons who have connected, who are struggling with their marriages, even those with other relationships in the workspace, with family, with friends, I pray, God, that this will be an eye-opening experience that will cause them to reflect as we seek to grow together as we seek to make better choices, as we seek, God, to really show others how much we value that which is done. I pray, God, that for those persons who have been spoiled, but for whatever reason that has not been able to follow through for this period, that God, even the smallest of things will be recognized, the smallest of things, God, will be acknowledged, and that, Father, the bond will become closer. We thank you, God, for those who joined. We thank you, God, for the lives that have been impacted, and for those relationships, God, that will be benefiting as they go forward, applying for that transformation. Go with us now as we give you the glory, the honor, and the praise, and say amen. Amen.
Praise God. All right, guys, remember, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, remember to follow us on Instagram. The link is in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe. And of course, follow us on Facebook at the Robdons. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for a productive evening.
The award ceremony.
Thank you for coming, chat with me, and talk to me. All right, great. For those of you who are on, of course, we will have our VBS celebration shortly after. All right, great. With that said, everyone, blessings to you. Take care. See you next week, same time, where we'll talk again about another important issue. Take care.
You can support the Robdons brand today by visiting our website, reasonwithrobdon.com, shop merchandise, and check out the variety of items we have just for you and the family. Positivity, your support for quality.
Happy shopping!
I begin to